Hey guys, I'm Shantanu Udasi back again with another video for Analytics India magazine capturing everything that has been happening in the world of artificial intelligence. I have gathered a few stories and let's just not waste any more time and jump right into our stories. Our first story is that the bill that was expected to be passed by the European Union on artificial intelligence has been passed with almost the same guidelines, and corporate tech leaders are mixed on that bill. Some people are asking for clarity on the extent of personal data usage, while the others are saying that it will hinder the innovation in the artificial intelligence and tech sector. This bill included majorly one thing, that is sharing and categorization of private data and social profiling by the use of artificial intelligence and facial recognition. And the European Union and the government is seeing this as an absolute win for their citizens to respect their privacy, while tech leaders are saying that they can be included into a lot of bureaucracy if their products have to be tested every time by governments or by the third parties. As companies are just starting to unlock the entire potential of artificial intelligence, this new bill is going to create some cost problems and will stifle innovations for the tech sector. While certain people are agreeing that strong artificial intelligence oversight and oversight over facial recognition is going to empower the citizens and make them better to adapt artificial intelligence for their entire country. While certain people are suggesting that oversight over artificial intelligence is much necessary and it will be empowering the citizens of the country which is using them. So tech companies are basically afraid of seeing their costs go higher and higher. If they want to produce any artificial intelligence app, they have to get it verified by the government or by the third party, and they are saying that it will stifle their innovation even further and people will stop making artificial intelligence app altogether. On the flip side, it will be argued that the European tech giants will have to create artificial intelligence app in order to keep up with the other countries and will have a stricter oversight so that the citizens and their private data is not exploited in any way. What are your thoughts on this strict European Union bill? Leave in the comments down below. But right now we are moving to our next story. Use of artificial intelligence will transform judiciary, but technology will not be allowed to decide cases. So recently it was announced that artificial intelligence is going to play a major part in the Indian judicial system, as we have a massive amount of data to be analyzed by an artificial intelligence, but it has been strictly said that artificial intelligence will not play any role in decision making. In this context, artificial intelligence is simply going to analyze the data and make it useful for the judge who is going to strictly make the decisions. In this sector, India has the advantage of understanding this same principle from other countries who have already included artificial intelligence in their judicial system, and how United States suffer because of the flawed data that was inserted in the artificial intelligence, and it indeed started making flawed and biased decisions. It is being said that artificial intelligence is going to help judges, lawyers and litigation to make decisions in any case, but it will be up to judges when, where and how artificial intelligence is going to be used. So it is a good step by the judiciary that they are going to analyze the heaps and heaps of data that is available to judges, and artificial intelligence is going to analyze particular data and present facts to a judge in click of a button. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is about data democratization and how a lot of companies don't even know that they have certain amounts of data and how they can make it useful. And the only probable answer for this data democratization is going to be artificial intelligence. According to a report from Splunk, 55% of a data in any company is called the dark data, and the company is virtually not using any of it. It is also being said that data democratization will involve data that is useful for the employees. A lot of data is not useful for the employees, but companies need to make sure that employees know what this data is and what they are going to do with that data. And that will lead to artificial intelligence, because 56% of dark data is nothing to an employee. It is not contextualized, and artificial intelligence can analyze this data within seconds and make it better for the employee to use the following data. So first of all, you have to evaluate your blind spots. So you will have to realize that if you are a company which is manually manufacturing data and creating and compiling everything, or you are completely automated and data driven company that is doing analytics at every stage of the process. Once you uncover this, you can uncover the blind spots that you are missing and which processes are not getting enough attention in terms of data and which data can be useful and is not being currently recorded and contextualized. The second point is be precise. You do not have to be broad in your approach. You have to select only one process and focus on it, and then you can demonstrate the return on investment on that process, and it can help you in your broader endeavors. You have to build the practices from bottom up. So after contextualizing your data with artificial intelligence, you have to imbibe this in your company from bottom up. Usually top-down approaches are not advisable as the bulk of the data is being collected on the bottom level of the company. You will have to align and keep everybody on the same page with a company-wide initiative so everyone knows that what your end goal is supposed to be. And you will have to support your democratization efforts and make sure that they don't fade away. You have to lift and empower your employees to complete this work and make use of the dark data that you have lying around in your company. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is about companies that are complaining for Apple and Google Play stores that they are taking the bulk of the revenue that they are making through their apps. Apple and Google Play Store charge companies for having their apps on their platforms, and every microtransaction inside the app will have some commission which is going towards Google Play Store or Apple App Store. So if an app is for $100 and a customer has downloaded it and paid for it, 30% straight commission goes to Apple, which means that $30 directly go to Apple and the rest 70 go to the app developer. And it is not only limited on paid apps, it is also applicable on free apps which have microtransactions within them. For example, if you download a free to play game like Candy Crush Saga and you buy anything inside that game, you have to still pay 30% to Google and Apple for that transaction because it basically was done through their platforms. On top of that, Apple and Google have been accused of copying the apps that there are already on their platforms, and they are providing another alternative which is promoted even further than the original app. So lawmakers and the Justice Department are saying that Google and Apple are fighting an indefensible case because it is violating the antitrust laws of American government. So Apple is already facing a lawsuit from Epic Games, who are developer of the popular game Fortnite, and they are saying that Apple is forcing the app to use the Apple payment portal only so that they can consider the commission they are getting from every transaction. Moreover, Google and Apple have banned companies from showing their customers that there are cheaper alternatives if they buy from outside Google and Apple's Play Store. We will have to wait and see how the American government is going to apprehend these tech juggernauts. Moving on to our next story is about how United States seamlessly integrated artificial intelligence in their military and what can India learn from it, as they already plan to integrate artificial intelligence in their defense system. So as I have been covering in the previous weeks that United States recognize the value of artificial intelligence in the defense system and they have seamlessly started integrating that. Along with them, China and Russia have also joined the race to develop artificial intelligence in their military. Considering all this, India is also aiming to integrate artificial intelligence in their Air Force system, and what we can learn from the United States is described in this article. So the academics that have been working with US government to integrate artificial intelligence, India has no shortage of such academics from a lot of prestigious institutes that we have in India. But the seamless convergence between industry, academia and policy is going to be integral, and we have to learn that from the United States of America. Also, everything is going to be dependent on data sets that we are going to use for our AI models, because the risk of mass surveillance in the name of counterinsurgency and an absence of a strong data protection bill makes data collection problematic. So it will be important to have a robust policy of data collection before we head towards integrating artificial intelligence in our Air Force. It is also being said that we will have to create some private and public sector mergers in order to integrate artificial intelligence and machine learning into military, but we should also have some guards and fail-safe against fair data collections to ensure fairness. So that's about it. Those were all the stories that I have for you today. Please read these stories in their entirety. They are very interesting news articles. Links for them will be in the description down below. Please click on that thumbs up, that really helps us a lot, and click on that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you never miss any other updates from Analytics India magazine.